Welcome to my channel. Let me ask you something, very honestly. Have you ever started watching an English movie without subtitles and felt excited at first, but after a few minutes, you became confused and frustrated? The actors were speaking fast. The sentences sounded different from what you learned in school. You tried to listen carefully, but the words mixed together. You understood one line, then you missed the next 3 lines. And slowly, you started thinking, maybe my English is not good enough. If this has happened to you, please know something very important. You are not alone, and you are not bad at English. Understanding English movies without subtitles is a skill. And like every skill, it can be learned step by step. Today, I will show you how to train your ears, your brain, and your confidence, so that one day you can sit back, relax, and enjoy an English movie without reading a single subtitle. Stay with me, because this lesson can completely change the way you watch movies and learn English. Chapter 1. In this chapter, we are going to understand the real reason why English movies feel so difficult. Many students come to me and say, "Sir, I know grammar. I know many words. But when I watch movies, I understand nothing." If you feel the same way, I want you to relax. The problem is not that you are bad at English. The problem is that movies use real spoken English, and real spoken English is very different from classroom English. Let me explain this in a simple way. When you learn English in school, the teacher speaks slowly and clearly. Every word is separate. For example, the teacher might say, "What are you going to do?" Each word is clear. But in movies, actors do not speak like that. They speak naturally. And natural English is fast. It is connected. It is sometimes unclear. So instead of, "What are you going to do?" you may hear, "What you gonna do?" Now imagine you are a beginner. You learn the full form. But in the movie, you hear a completely different sound. Of course, you will feel confused. This is called connected speech. Native speakers connect words together. They do not stop after every word. Their mouths move quickly. Sounds change. Some sounds disappear. For example, want to becomes wanna. Going to becomes gonna. Did you becomes didya. If you are waiting to hear every full word clearly, you will miss many things. That is why movies feel too fast. Now, I want to share a small story with you. There was a student named Ali. He loved action movies. One day, he tried to watch a superhero movie without subtitles. After 10 minutes, he stopped it. He said, "This is impossible. They speak another language." But when we listened to one short scene together, I paused the movie and wrote the sentence on paper. Suddenly, Ali understood everything. He looked surprised and said, "But I know these words exactly." He knew the words, but he did not recognize them, because they were spoken quickly and connected together.
This is a very important lesson. Listening is not only about knowing vocabulary. Listening is about recognizing sounds. Your brain must connect the sound to the word. If the sound changes, your brain becomes slow. And when your brain is slow, the movie continues. You miss the next sentence. Then you feel lost. Then you feel stressed. And when you are stressed, your understanding becomes even worse. Another reason movies feel difficult is emotion. In real life and in movies, people do not always speak calmly. Sometimes they shout. Sometimes they whisper. Sometimes they cry. Sometimes they laugh while speaking. Their voice changes. Their tone changes. When someone is angry, they speak faster. When someone is scared, they speak softly. In school, we do not practice this kind of listening, but movies are full of emotion. Let us talk about accents. Not everyone in English movies speaks the same way. Some characters have American accents, some have British accents, some have different regional accents. Even within one country, pronunciation can change. If you only learned one type of English, other accents may sound strange to you. But this is normal. Your ears just need training. Now here is something very important. You do not need to understand every single word to understand a movie. Many beginners think, if I miss one word, I miss everything. This is not true. Even native speakers sometimes miss words. But they understand the main idea. They focus on meaning, not perfection. If you change your goal from I must understand everything to I want to understand the main idea, your stress will go down immediately. Think about your own language. When you watch a movie in your native language, do you focus on every word? No. You follow the story. You watch the faces. You understand the emotions. You guess some meanings from context. You do not stop the movie every minute. You trust your brain. You must learn to trust your brain in English too. Let me give you a small example. Imagine two friends in a movie. One friend looks sad. The other friend says, "Come on, it's gonna be okay." Even if you do not clearly hear "going to," you see the sad face. You hear a soft and friendly tone. You understand that this is a comforting sentence. Your eyes help your ears. Movies are not only sound, they are pictures and sound together. Use that advantage. In my 25 years of teaching, I have seen many students improve when they understood this truth. The problem is not intelligence. The problem is not talent. The problem is simply lack of listening practice with real spoken English. When you start training your ears with small, short clips and you listen again and again, your brain slowly becomes faster. The strange sounds become familiar. The connected words become clear. And one day, you suddenly realize, wait, I understood that sentence without subtitles. So in this first chapter, I want you to remember 3 important things. First, movies are difficult because they use natural spoken English, not classroom English. Second, connected speech makes words sound different, but the words are the same. Third, you do not need to understand everything to enjoy and learn. Do not feel ashamed if you cannot understand movies right now. This is not failure. This is the beginning of training. Just like going to the gym for the first time feels hard, listening without subtitles feels hard at first. But your ears are muscles. The more you train them, the stronger they become. In the next chapter, we will talk about something very important: choosing the right movie. Because if you choose the wrong level, you will feel frustrated again. But if you choose wisely, you will feel progress faster than you think. Stay with me, because step by step, you are going to change the way you listen to English forever. Chapter 2. In the last chapter, we understood why English movies feel difficult. We learned that the problem is not your intelligence. The problem is natural spoken English. Now, in this chapter, we are going to talk about something very important: choosing the right movie. This step can change everything for you. Many beginners make a big mistake. They choose very difficult movies. They choose action movies with fast dialogue. They choose crime series with complex vocabulary. Or they choose historical dramas where people speak in old and formal English. Then, after 10 minutes, they feel tired and disappointed. They say, "I cannot do this." But the truth is, the movie was too difficult for their current level. Let me tell you about a student named Sarah. She loved romantic movies. One day, she decided to watch a very popular romantic drama without subtitles. She was excited, but after 15 minutes, she stopped the movie. The characters were speaking fast. They were using emotional expressions and slang. Sarah felt confused and sad. The next day, she told me, "Sir, I think I will never understand English movies." I asked her one simple question. Was the movie easy for beginners? She smiled and said, "No." That was the problem. When you are learning, you must choose movies that match your level. Just like in school, you do not start with university books in grade 1. You start with simple books. The same rule applies to movies. If you are a beginner, start with simple content. Family movies are a very good choice. Cartoons are even better. Why are cartoons powerful for beginners? Because the language is usually clear and simple. The actors speak in a clean voice. The story is easy to follow. The vocabulary is common and everyday. Also, cartoons repeat important words many times. This repetition helps your brain remember and recognize words faster. When you hear the same phrase again and again, it becomes familiar. Another important point is speed. Some movies are naturally slower. In family movies and animated films, conversations are usually easier to understand. But in action movies, people speak quickly during exciting scenes. They shout. They speak while running. Background music is loud. All of this makes listening harder. As a beginner, you need calm and clear audio. Now, let us talk about subtitles. Many learners ask me, should I use subtitles or not? My answer is simple. Yes, but use them correctly. Subtitles are a tool. They are not your enemy. But if you depend on them all the time, your listening skill will not grow. Here is a simple 3-step method that I have used for many years with my students. First, watch a short scene with English subtitles, not subtitles in your native language. English subtitles. Read and listen at the same time. This helps you connect the sound with the written word. If you hear gonna and you see going to, your brain makes a connection. This is very powerful. Second, watch the same scene again with subtitles. This time, focus more on listening than reading. Try to listen carefully. Try to predict what the character will say next. Because you already know the story, your brain can focus more on the sounds. Third, watch the same scene without subtitles. Yes, turn them off. Now test yourself. You will notice something interesting. You understand more than before. Not everything, but more. And that is progress. Let me give you a small example. Imagine you choose a 2-minute scene from a simple family movie. On day 1, you watch it with subtitles. You understand maybe 60%. On day 2, you watch it again. Now you understand 70%. On day 3, without subtitles, you understand even more. The scene did not change, but your brain changed. It became more familiar with the sounds. There is another important idea I want you to understand. Do not try to watch the whole movie in one day without subtitles. This will make you tired. Instead, break it into small parts. Watch 10 minutes. Practice. Repeat. Then continue later. Small steps are stronger than big jumps. Also, choose movies that you enjoy. This is very important. If you love the story, you will stay motivated. If you are bored, you will stop practicing. Learning should not feel like punishment. It should feel interesting and exciting. Some learners ask, what about TV series? TV series can be very helpful because the characters are the same in every episode. Their voices become familiar. Their style of speaking becomes familiar. After a few episodes, you feel more comfortable. But again, choose a simple series at your level. Now I want to change your mindset about understanding. Many students think, if I do not understand every word, I failed. This thinking is wrong. Even if you understand 50% at the beginning, that is a good start. The goal is progress, not perfection. Every week, you should understand a little more than last week. That is success. Let me tell you something from my teaching experience. I have seen students improve very fast when they chose the right level. Their confidence grew. They smiled more. They said, "Sir, I understood most of the scene today." That small victory gave them energy to continue. Confidence is like fuel. When you choose the right movie, you build confidence. When you choose the wrong level, you lose confidence. So in this chapter, remember these key lessons. Choose movies that match your level. Start with simple family movies or cartoons. Use English subtitles as a training tool, not as permanent support. Practice with short scenes. Repeat them. And most importantly, focus on progress, not perfection. In the next chapter, we will go deeper. I will show you a powerful daily practice method that can train your ears very quickly. It is simple. It does not require many hours, but it requires consistency. And if you follow it carefully, you will start noticing real improvement in your listening skills. Stay with me, because this is where real transformation begins. Chapter 3. Now we are moving to the most powerful part of this lesson. In the first chapter, you understood why English movies sound difficult. In the second chapter, you learned how to choose the right movie and how to use subtitles correctly. Now in this chapter, I will teach you how to train your ears every single day. This is where real improvement begins. Let me tell you something very honestly. Watching a full movie one time will not improve your listening very much. It may be fun, but it is not deep practice. Real improvement comes from small, focused, repeated listening. Think about going to the gym. If you lift a heavy weight one time, your muscles will not grow. But if you lift a lighter weight many times, slowly and regularly, your muscles become stronger. Listening works the same way. I call this method the 2-minute power practice. It is simple, but very powerful. You only need a short scene. 1 or 2 minutes is enough. Do not choose a long part. Choose a small conversation between two characters. It can be a funny scene, a serious scene, or a simple daily conversation. The important thing is that it is short and clear. Step 1 is simple listening. Watch the short scene with English subtitles. Just watch and listen. Do not stop too much. Try to understand the general idea. Focus on how the words sound. Notice how the actors connect words. Notice their tone. Are they happy, angry, excited, or sad? Listen with attention. Step 2 is detailed listening. Now watch the same scene again. This time, pause after every sentence. Repeat what the character said. If the character says, "I don't know what you're talking about," you pause and repeat the same sentence. Try to copy the pronunciation. Try to copy the speed. Do not worry if you cannot speak perfectly. The goal is to train your mouth and ears together. This technique is called shadowing. Shadowing means speaking with the speaker or right after the speaker. It may feel strange at first. You may feel shy. But remember, you are practicing alone. Nobody is judging you. When you shadow, your brain learns the rhythm of English. You start to feel the natural flow of sentences. English becomes less mechanical and more musical. Step 3 is listening without subtitles. Now turn off the subtitles and watch the same scene again. Because you already listened and repeated the sentences, your brain is ready. You will notice something amazing. You understand more clearly. The words sound less strange. You recognize phrases faster. This is how progress feels. It feels small, but powerful. Let me share a real example from my teaching experience. There was a student named Ahmed. He told me, "Sir, I cannot understand movies. They speak too fast." I gave him this exact method. Every day he practiced with one short scene for 10 minutes. Not 1 hour, just 10 minutes. After 2 weeks, he came to me and said, "Sir, something is changing. I can catch more words now." After 1 month, he said, "Sir, I watched 15 minutes without subtitles, and I understood most of it." It was not magic. It was repetition. Repetition is the key. Many learners watch a scene one time and then move on. That is not enough. Your brain needs repetition to create strong connections. When you hear the same sentence many times, your brain stores it deeply. The next time you hear a similar sentence in another movie, you recognize it quickly. Another important point is active listening. Do not sit like a passive viewer. Be active. Ask yourself questions while watching. What is happening in this scene? Why is the character angry? What do I think will happen next? When you ask questions, your brain becomes more focused. Focus improves listening. Also, do not be afraid to slow down the video. Many video platforms allow you to reduce the speed to 0.75 or 0.5. This is not cheating. This is training. When you slow down the speech, you can hear each word more clearly. After practicing at a slower speed, return to normal speed. You will feel more comfortable. Let us talk about time. Many students say, "I do not have time." But you do not need 1 hour every day. Even 10 minutes of focused practice is powerful. The key word is consistency. 10 minutes every day is better than 1 hour once a week. Listening is like building a habit. Small daily actions create big results over time. Now I want you to understand something very important. At the beginning, you will still miss words. That is normal. Do not stop when you miss something. Keep listening. Focus on the next sentence. If you stop every time you miss a word, you will lose the flow of the story. Strong listeners continue even when they miss small details. You can also keep a small notebook. Write down useful phrases from the scene. For example, phrases like, "I'm serious," "Trust me," "No way," or "You've got to be kidding." These phrases are very common in movies. When you write them and repeat them, they become part of your memory. The next time you hear them, you will recognize them immediately. There will be days when you feel tired. There will be days when you think you are not improving. This is normal. Progress in listening is sometimes slow and invisible. But if you continue practicing, one day you will watch a scene and suddenly understand much more than before. That moment feels wonderful. It feels like your brain has opened a new door. So in this chapter, remember these powerful lessons. Use short scenes. Practice the 2-minute power practice. Listen, repeat, shadow, and then listen without subtitles. Practice every day, even if it is only 10 minutes. Be active, not passive, and trust the process. In the next chapter, we will learn another important skill: understanding meaning, even when you miss words. This skill will make you more confident and relaxed while watching movies. And when you are relaxed, your listening becomes stronger. Stay with me, because you are building a powerful foundation step by step. Chapter 4. Now we are moving to a very important skill. This skill will change the way you feel when you watch English movies. In the previous chapter, you learned how to train your ears with short scenes and daily practice. But even with practice, there will be moments when you miss words. That is normal. So the question is this: what should you do when you do not understand every word? The answer is simple. You must learn to understand meaning without understanding everything. Many beginners believe they must catch every single word. If they miss one word, they panic. They think, "Oh no, I missed it. Now I cannot understand the scene." This panic is the real problem. When you panic, your brain becomes stressed. And when your brain is stressed, it stops working clearly. So the first lesson in this chapter is this: stay calm. Missing words is normal. Let me explain something very important. Even native speakers do not hear every word clearly all the time. In a noisy room, in a fast conversation, or during emotional scenes, they also miss small details. But they do not stop listening. They focus on the main idea. They use context. Context means the situation around the words. Movies are powerful because they give you more than just sound. They give you pictures. They give you facial expressions. They give you body language. They give you background music. All these things help you understand meaning. So do not only listen with your ears. Listen with your eyes too. Let us imagine a simple scene. A man comes home. He throws his bag on the sofa. He looks angry. His wife asks, "What happened?" He answers loudly, "I can't believe this." Maybe you did not clearly hear every word after that, but you already understand something. He had a bad day. Something went wrong. The emotion tells you the meaning. This is context. Now imagine another scene. Two friends are smiling. One friend says, "Guess what?" The other friend looks excited and says, "No way." Even if you are not sure about the exact words, their faces and tone tell you it is good news. The emotion is positive. The situation is happy. Your brain can guess the meaning. This skill is called guessing from context. It is not guessing without thinking. It is intelligent guessing. You use the information around the words to understand the message. Strong listeners use this skill all the time. Let me tell you about a student named Maria. She always stopped the movie when she missed a word. She paused again and again. After 10 minutes, she felt tired and frustrated. One day, I told her, "Do not pause. Just continue watching. Focus on the story." At first, she felt uncomfortable, but after some time, she realized something surprising. Even when she missed a few words, she still understood the story. She said, "Sir, I did not understand everything, but I understood enough." That is the goal. Enough understanding to follow the story. Another important tool is learning common movie phrases. In movies, some expressions appear again and again. For example, phrases like, "Come on," "Give me a break," "What's going on?" "You've got to be kidding," or "I'm serious." These are everyday expressions. When you learn these phrases as complete units, not word by word, your listening becomes much faster. For example, if you try to understand "you've got to be kidding" word by word, it may feel confusing. But if you learn it as one expression that means "you are joking," then every time you hear it, you understand immediately. So instead of learning only single words, start collecting useful phrases from movies. Write them in a notebook. Repeat them. Use them in your speaking practice. Now let us talk about background music and sound effects. In movies, music gives you emotional clues. Slow and soft music usually means something sad or serious is happening. Fast and loud music often means action or danger. Romantic music tells you something emotional is happening. Even before the characters speak, the music prepares your brain. So use that information. Also, pay attention to body language. If a character crosses their arms and looks away, they may be upset. If someone smiles and leans forward, they may be friendly or interested. These visual clues support your listening. Movies are not like radio. You can see the situation. That is your advantage as a learner. Another important point is accepting imperfection. You will not understand 100%. And that is okay. Your goal is communication, not perfection. When you speak in real life, people do not expect you to be perfect. The same rule applies when you listen. Understanding 70 or 80% is already very good. Let me give you a small exercise. Next time you watch a scene, try this. Do not focus on every word. Instead, after the scene finishes, ask yourself 3 simple questions. Who was in the scene? What happened? How did they feel? If you can answer these 3 questions, you understood the main idea. That is success. In my 25 years of teaching, I have seen that students who learn to relax improve faster. When you stop fighting every word, your brain works more naturally. Listening becomes more enjoyable. And when you enjoy the process, you practice more. When you practice more, you improve more. So in this chapter, Remember these important lessons. Stay calm when you miss words. Use context to understand meaning. Watch facial expressions and body language. Pay attention to music and tone. Learn common phrases as complete expressions. And accept that you do not need to understand everything. In the next chapter, we will bring everything together. We will create a simple and clear action plan that you can follow every week. You will know exactly what to do, how long to practice, and how to measure your progress. And when you have a clear plan, your confidence will grow even stronger. Stay with me, because you are closer than you think to understanding English movies without subtitles. Chapter 5. Now we are in the final chapter. You have learned why English movies feel difficult. You have learned how to choose the right movies. You have learned the 2-minute power practice. You have learned how to understand meaning even when you miss words. Now it is time to bring everything together and create your personal action plan. This is where your real journey begins. Many students watch motivational videos. They feel excited for one day. Then they forget everything. I do not want that for you. I want you to leave this lesson with a clear, simple, practical plan. Something you can start today. Something that is not complicated. Something that fits into your daily life. Let us build your weekly routine step by step. First, choose one movie or one simple TV series for the week. Do not choose 5 different movies. Do not jump from one to another. Stay with one story. When you stay with the same characters, their voices become familiar. Their speaking style becomes easier to understand. Familiarity builds confidence. Second, decide your daily practice time. It can be 10 minutes. It can be 15 minutes. If you have more time, that is good. But even 10 minutes every day is powerful. The secret is consistency. Practice every day, even on weekends, even if you feel tired, even if you do not feel motivated. Small daily practice creates big, long-term results. Now here is your simple weekly plan. Day 1, choose a short scene of 1 or 2 minutes. Watch it with English subtitles. Focus on understanding the general idea. Do not stress about every word. Just understand what is happening. Day 2, watch the same scene again. This time pause after each sentence. Repeat the lines out loud. Copy the pronunciation and tone. This is your shadowing practice. Train your mouth and ears together. Day 3, watch the same scene without subtitles. Test your listening. Notice your improvement. You will see that it feels easier than day 1. Day 4, choose another short scene from the same movie or episode. Repeat the same process. Subtitles first, then repetition, then no subtitles. Day 5, review both scenes without subtitles. Do not pause too much. Just watch and enjoy. See how much you understand now compared to the beginning. Day 6, watch a longer part of the movie without subtitles, maybe 5 or 10 minutes. Do not stop for every small problem. Focus on the story. Use context. Stay calm. Day 7, relax and enjoy the movie. You can turn subtitles on if you want, but try to depend on your listening more than reading. Notice your progress. Even small progress is success. This is a simple system. It is not difficult. but it works if you follow it regularly. Now let us talk about measuring progress. Many learners say, "How do I know if I am improving?" The answer is simple. Ask yourself 3 questions after watching. Did I understand the main idea? Did I recognize more phrases than before? Did I feel less stress than last week? If the answer is yes, you are improving. Progress in listening is not always dramatic. It is quiet. One day you suddenly understand a joke. Another day you understand a fast sentence that you could not catch before. These small victories are important. Celebrate them. Let me tell you a final story. There was a student named Bilal. When he first came to my class, he could not understand even 5 minutes of a simple English movie without subtitles. He felt embarrassed. He thought he was not good at English. I gave him the same method I gave you: short scenes, daily practice, shadowing, context, patience. The first 2 weeks were difficult for him. He said, "Sir, I still miss many words." I told him, "That is normal. Continue." After 1 month, he told me, "Sir, I watched 15 minutes without subtitles. I did not understand everything, but I followed the story." That was a big moment for him. After 3 months, he watched almost the whole movie without subtitles. Not perfectly, but confidently. He laughed at jokes. He understood emotional scenes. He felt proud. The difference was not talent. The difference was consistency and method. I want you to remember something very important. Understanding English movies without subtitles is not a dream. It is not only for advanced students. It is a skill, and skills grow with practice. You learned your native language by listening again and again. You can train your English listening the same way. There will be days when you feel slow. There will be scenes that feel impossible. That is okay. Do not quit. Do not say, "English is too hard." Instead say, "This scene is challenging, but I am training." Change your mindset from fear to growth. Also remember to enjoy the process. Choose stories you like. Laugh at funny moments. Feel emotional during dramatic scenes. When learning becomes enjoyable, you will continue naturally. Now, before we finish, I want to speak to you directly. If you follow this plan for the next 30 days, you will see change. Maybe not perfection, but clear change. Your ears will become stronger. Your confidence will grow. And one evening, you will sit down, press play, turn off the subtitles, and smile because you understand more than you ever did before. If you found this lesson helpful, please like this video. Subscribe to the channel for more practical English lessons. And write in the comments the name of the movie you want to understand without subtitles. I read your comments, and I create lessons based on your needs. Keep practicing. Keep believing in yourself. Step by step, you will reach your goal, and I will see you in the next lesson.